Is the new Gossip Girl any good? It's... Let's go ahead and talk about it. If you don't know what Gossip Girl is, I'll just give you a very brief description of it. It's basically these teenagers that live in New York City in the Upper East Side, and they go to a school named Constance, and they live really luxurious lives and all. And there's always secrets and drama behind the scenes, but it's not really revealed. But Gossip Girl is kind of there to show all the secrets and share it around everyone at the school. Yeah, that's about it. That's the main thing. It sounds very dumb, but it's very entertaining. It's very dumb, it's very soap opera, but I enjoy it. When I first heard about the reboot for Gossip Girl, I had kind of mixed feelings for it because I thought there's no way you can kind of replace the original series, the cast, the storyline, anything like that. And I thought, maybe that was just such a 2012, I believe. Such a 2012 thing, so, it should stay there. When I saw the trailer, I thought, okay, it looks very different, new people, new everything, so maybe it can be good. And pretty much wrong. There are, a couple things that I think are kind of weird about the show and it just doesn't seem right. I'm not going to go through every single point that I have about this show, but I have 3 main points that I want to discuss, and I will talk about a few good things about it. Before we start, I just want to say there are a bunch of spoilers that I'm about to spill, so if you plan to watch the series or you don't want to be spoiled, come back to this video later. But if you don't mind, go ahead and stay and keep watching. I don't know what I just said. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about Gossip Girl.
Too many bottles of this wine we can't pronounce.
So in the reboot, we know very early on who Gossip Girl is. And by very early, I mean the very first episode. It's a group of teachers, by the way. In the original series, we didn't know who Gossip Girl was for 6 seasons until the very end of the show. And I love that because it was kind of mysterious. We didn't know who it was, but we never knew until the very end. In the reboot, we know it's a group of teachers.
Wish I thought of this when I was in high school.
We're still in high school.
Maybe we should try it?
So it kind of removes the mystery completely. That's what kind of bothered me. But the main thing that bothers me about this, did I mention it's a group of teachers? They're 30-year-olds talking about 16-year-olds. Like, what? I don't think teachers would give a shit about their students that much. In a real world, obviously it's exaggerated, but it's still kind of weird. There's one part where a teacher finds Zoya, she's one of the main characters, she is undressing, and the teacher takes a picture of it. There's so many things wrong with that already. And the reason why the teachers decided to become Gossip Girl was to make sure that these students are kept in check and also to protect themselves from losing their jobs, because one of the teachers actually lost her job because one of the students got her fired with her rich parents. So on paper, that kind of makes sense and it seems like it works fine for the plot. But when you see it on screen, it comes off as a little weird and creepy. Imagine a group of teachers gossiping about you and sharing it with the other students. It's weird, and they look like a bunch of losers. Every time I see them in the past 5 episodes, they're discussing kind of what tips should we use? What's the future of Gossip Girl like? This is a group of teachers talking about this, and it just doesn't seem right. It just feels all really absurd. And comparing it to the original series, Dan was also a loser. He was an outsider, but he wanted to infiltrate and kind of expose what the real life is like of these rich people. It's still weird how Dan was Gossip Girl. It doesn't settle with me still, but it doesn't bother me as much as a group of teachers being Gossip Girl. And I don't like how they revealed who Gossip Girl was so early, and I also really hate the fact that it's a group of teachers. But I guess it sort of makes sense. That doesn't mean I have to like it.
Too many bowls of that green, no lucky charm.
So my main camera died, so I'm now using my phone as a camera, just so you guys know. So moving on to the next point, it's the characters. So watching 5 episodes of this so far, I don't care about any of them. First of all, there's 8 of them. And usually I don't mind that there's so many characters, but it is kind of hard to follow sometimes. But they could at least do a better job in developing them. And I know it's only 5 episodes in, but I don't like a single one in that way that I'm like hoping, I'm like cheering for them or like I'm on their side. I don't feel like that with any of them. I think the only characters that I like in this series so far is like Lula and Monet, because they do remind me of the first or Gossip Girl, because they remind me of the hierarchy that Constance had with with Blair. They didn't replace Blair whatsoever, but they remind me of the hierarchy that Blair had. They give attitude to the people that are below them, and they know that, and they're rich, and they know that they're on top.
Now, show me the bag.
Sorry, Miss Keller, I didn't see you there.
It wasn't your fault. She almost destroyed your capucine. It'd take her a whole month's salary to replace it.
Whereas Julian, I thought she would be kind of like a Blair. She's on top, and she knows it, and, she is rich and has the most power. And she would be the bitchiest to everyone. But no, she has morals. In the Gossip Girl world, I want to see them be bitchy with everyone. It's funner like that. It's more interesting. So to kind of wrap up with the characters, I think I don't care for any of them. And the thing is, there's no balance. In the first Gossip Girl, there was characters that bothered me, and then the characters that I kind of liked. In the reboot, there's just characters that I don't like. So I'm going to go over them very quickly, because there are 8 of them. There's so many of them, so I'm going to go over it very quickly. Zoya, she's one of those that kind of changed. She went from I'm just a normal girl, to kind of Upper East Side. She's changing. She's kind of going up on the ranks. And it's that's fine, I guess, but she's changing very quickly. It's kind of annoying. And there's no one that I like to kind of go against her. It's just kind of okay, she's being annoying. Julian is too moral for me. As weird as it sounds, I wish she was kind of more bitchy and gave more attitude, because she's definitely on the top of the hierarchy. But she's just kind of whatever, I'm a good person. Lula Monet, I do like them because they do kind of keep intact the hierarchy. They are very schemy and doing things behind Julian's back, or they want to plot. So they're fine-ish, but there's not enough about them, since I feel like the focus is more on the sisters. Max is I don't care about Max whatsoever. He has a story going on with him, his parents doesn't like him. He's trying to go for the teacher. It's just kind of a weird plot that I'm not that invested in, so I kind of put that aside. Aubrey, I find her very annoying. She's always my boyfriend's too reasonable. You're looking at everything objectively. Why not just be on my side? And I think that's just annoying. It's fine to have annoying characters. At least they get emotion out of me. But have someone I actually like, though. Because everyone is just annoying, or I don't care enough about them. Obi and Aquino, also very boring characters. I don't care about them. Obi kind of was the barrier between the two sisters. He was originally with Julian and then was with Zoya. And that was kind of the barrier of them being friends, but now they're sisters and friends again, so it's okay. And then Aquino, he made out with Max. Audrey had sex with him too. And then they resolved it, and I was okay.
You've been avoiding it too.
Avoiding what?
Was Max the only one, or have you been cheating on me this whole time?
Of course he's the only one. Now you go.
I'm not gay.
I'm sorry that I slept with Max.
I'm not sorry I kissed him.
Guess that's a start.
It meant nothing to them, so it was also it was very boring. I felt like they could have done more with that. I wish Aquino was more shocked by the fact that she had sex with him and he just made out. That was nothing. They moved on from it, they apologized, and that's it. They're good now. In the 5th episode, Audrey's mom is in the hospital, and they all go to the hospital together, and then they have a group hug. And you'd think that you'd feel the moment, that there's a moment then you feel wow, this is nice. But I didn't care at all. I was okay. Oh, and one more thing, the teachers, and the main one being Kate. Again, don't really care about her that much. I'm also bothered by her. She's very hypocritical. She's just saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is mean. I don't want to hurt Zoya. But she continues being Gossip Girl anyway, keeps the account open. She doesn't make specific tea against Zoya. The other teachers are. But still, I just think it's just so weird that they're still doing this. Overall, the characters, I don't really like any of them or care enough about them. But I still want to give it some time before I make any conclusions. It's only been 5 episodes, so I'm hoping that something changes, that I actually like them eventually. But as of right now, I don't like any of them.
Maids come around too much.
There's not much of a plot in this reboot. I feel like the drama begins and ends very quickly. You know, if you compare it to the original Gossip Girl, I feel like each episode had a really good cliffhanger, and I always wanted to watch the next episode. Whereas in this one, I can wait. Like, I don't mind waiting, do something else, and then watch the next episode. I mean, I feel like in the first one, they really developed the drama. So, for example, we had Rufus and Lily. Rufus was the father of Dan, Lily's the mother of Serena. And they had a thing for each other in the past. And they never got together, but eventually they come back together and they kind of have a relationship. Now Dan and Serena can't see each other, but they want to. So they all kind of see each other, and it's really weird. It's some really weird drama, but it's interesting, and they kept it going. But in the reboot, there's not really much of that. They have this sisters rivalry thing, and I feel like they have something good. I like the drama of how, like, oh my gosh, they have sisters, they need to keep it quiet, or that, you know, it feels like Julian is going against Zoya at some times in the, like, for example, the 5th episode, when they announced it was her birthday, Zoya's birthday. Zoya thought it was Julian, and Zoya was being all mean to Julian, and Julian wanted to get back at her. And it's like, okay, this drama is interesting. But the thing is, it ends in the same episode. They don't continue it. And I kind of wish that they could continue it, because I feel like these characters deal with this drama, and then right afterwards, they kind of overcome it, and they resolve whatever happened. I feel like if they developed it more, it would be a little more interesting. But no, they mess up and they're like, okay, I'm sorry. Can we move on? And they're like, yes. I feel like they deal with the drama and then they resolve it super quickly. And I wish they can kind of elongate it. Big words, big words. If they just developed it more, it would be a little more interesting. But hopefully in the next few episodes, they can develop plot a little more, or the drama at least.
Parents ain't around enough.
Now, the last thing I want to do is kind of point out the good things about the show, because there are a few things. It's not as bad as people say. Yes, it's rated 5.2 out of 10, but there's a few good things. I need to give it to them for that. First thing is that Kristen Bell is still Gossip Girl. She does a great job narrating as Gossip Girl. She just has the perfect voice for it.
Spotted Nate Archibald learning you don't know a good thing till it's gone, and found someone else. This just in. We hear there's a Cold War brewing between Lonely Boy and a certain blue blood. We never thought we'd say this ourselves, but our money's on Brooklyn for the win.
No one can really replace her doing it. I can't imagine anyone else talking for Gossip Girl, so great thing that she's still there. The soundtrack is good. I mean, I don't hate it. I kind of do miss the original one, because I remember the original one being a little more like goofy, kind of like soap opera type music. And it's super dramatic for no reason and stuff.
Spotted. Chuck Bass losing something no one knew he had to begin with. His heart.
This one, they used like some pretty good songs. They used Doja Cat. They used Ariana Grande. People are dogging on the outfits, but I think the outfits are fine. Like, I don't see... I'm trying to look here, and they all look pretty fine to me. It's very, like, simple, I guess. And they're trying to adapt to what people wear nowadays. So I guess people don't like how normal it is, but I think it's fine. They're trying to adapt to what present day is now. So I think it's fine. I like how diverse the cast is, because, you know, in the original one, they're all just a bunch of white people. Like, I don't have anything against white people, but it's nice to see a diversity, okay? And last but not least, the drama, I feel like it's good. The drama's fine. But the thing is, they just need to develop it more, because it begins and ends so quickly, and like the characters don't seem to be so fazed about it. So I feel like the drama's there, but they could make it better. But yeah, those are the good things so far. To kind of wrap up, would I recommend watching this? Yes, if you're bored or have nothing else to watch, or you're done with any other series. Watch it for fun. Don't expect anything great, but hopefully it gets better the next 5 episodes. I'm pretty sure there's 10 episodes for the first season. Watch it if you're bored or something. Don't watch it because you're like that interested. But maybe you are, because these are just all my opinions. So like maybe you actually really like it, or you might not like it at all. So, but I would say yes if you're just really bored. If I were to give it a rating, I guess I'd give it like a 6 out of 10 for the reasons that I gave, but I need to give it more time and maybe it changes. So, but yeah, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what your opinions are if you've watched it already. I hope you guys have a good morning, evening, or night wherever you're from. Just take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.